this is Eric Kampmann, and I'm with Chuck Davis, Senior Pastor of Stanwich Church.
We're talking about Eric's new book that is being released soon, Getting to Know Jesus. It is a flow of the life of Christ, and in doing it, there was a logic of how it was unfolded.
Right. When I started to read the Bible, the most important thing that happened to me is I got into the habit of reading every day. I used a lectionary, and it had a huge cumulative impact on my building knowledge. It's like trying to see the world correctly from underwater at first. I mean, you really don't know where you are, you don't know what this means, but over time and reading various things, I started to get a grasp of what the biblical story was, what the narrative was. And then I started reading devotionals. Oswald Chambers, there was a devotional of C.S. Lewis, and many others that kept me in the Word and thinking about the Word on a daily basis. When you and I started doing these podcasts, we first did 365 days on the wisdom books in the Old Testament, which were great. But ultimately, I felt that I needed to deal with Jesus Christ because I felt with the story being told through four different lenses, basically, some people would get confused as to, well, what is the biblical narrative? And so the beauty of what you and I have done together is that we tell over 365 days, based on the four Gospels, the story of Jesus in chronological order. And to me, that has been just a personal godsend because it really gives sort of definition to the life, just as we experience life. There's an unfolding here that I think is so important to somebody. So this is not the Bible, but it's based on every word from the Bible. And it's meant to be a supplement to somebody reading the Bible, reading the Gospel, so that they have sort of a grasp of what the full story is.
Well, you know, in any discipline in life, the better you know the broader discipline, the more you can interpret specific aspects of that discipline. Even if something as interesting as the history of baseball. The history of baseball gives definition to certain great moments in baseball. Lou Gehrig giving a speech, Pete Rose running over Ray Fosse in the All-Star game, George Brett, too much pine tar on his bat. Those are just kind of obscure stories, except in the flow of the history of the game, they're very interesting and they come alive. And it's the same with the story of Jesus. Each of the stories are components unto themselves, but when they're understood in the overall arc of where Jesus is headed and what he's accomplishing for us, then they come alive to us in fresh ways.
So I hope you accept our invitation to start reading in the Gospels every day and using this as part of your reading for 2016. This is Eric Kampmann, and this is Sunrise.